Hello friends, today in this video let us learn the types of communication with specific reference to verbal communication and non-verbal communication. Let us jump into the session. The very first thing that comes to our mind is what is communication? The word communication originated from the Latin word communes, which means something common. Communication is a process of exchanging information, ideas, thoughts, feelings and emotions through speech signals, writing or behavior. In the communication process, a sender encodes a message and then uses a medium and sends appropriate feedback using a medium. I'm sure now we got the meaning of the term, the communication. Well, let's jump into the topic called the importance of communication. Friends, communication is very important because it helps to express the thoughts, ideas and feelings. Further, it helps to create awareness and it helps to fulfill a goal. The communication process helps in progress and development. Further, it helps in educating the masses. There are plenty of other benefits. Well, please watch the video till the end. Now let's come to the categories of communication. There are a wide range of ways to communicate and more than one may be occurring at any given time. The first one is spoken or verbal communication. In this, we find face-to-face, telephone, radio, or television, and even other media. The second category of communication is written communication. Here it includes letters, emails, social media, books, magazines, the internet, and other media. The third one is non-verbal communication. It includes body language, gestures, how one dresses or acts, where one stands, and even their scent. For example, the tone of voice can give clues to the mood or emotional state, while hand signals or gestures can add to a spoken message. There are many subtle ways that one communicates, perhaps even unintentionally, with others. The fourth one is visualization. Here, it includes graphs, charts, maps, logos, and other visualizations that can all communicate messages. Now let us know in detail the verbal communication and non-verbal communication. Friends, from the point of view of examination, let us know the types of communication. Here I am going to deal two types of communication. The first one is verbal communication. The second one is non-verbal communication. Friends, let's know the verbal communication. The objective of every communication is to have people understand what they are going to convey. Human beings communicate in two ways, using language and without using language. When we use language for communication, it is called verbal communication. Thus, verbal communication refers to the form of communication in which message is transmitted verbally. Communication is done by the word or mouth and a piece of writing. Now let us jump on to the non-verbal communication. Friends, many times in our lives, we see our family members and friends telling us that we appear dull and unhappy even when we have not uttered a single word. How do they think? They guessed. Were they right? Now let us know the meaning of the term non-verbal communication. We also communicate using no language. Such communication is known as non-verbal communication. It plays a vital role in our personal and work lives. Let us know some examples of non-verbal communication. We have shaking the head sideways. This indicates saying no. We see the fingers on the lips. It indicates a suggestion to keep quiet. Friends, throughout human history, we notice the use of non-verbal communication. For example, drum beats were used to communicate the message from one place to another. Similarly, the lighthouse guided the sailors to safety during stormy weather. Now let's come to the examples of communication using audio-visual signs. You see college bells and sirens. They are used to convey the time management. You see traffic signals. They are used to convey the traffic regulations. In both these cases, it's possible to observe how our daily lives are made easy by certain universally understood codes, irrespective of the fact whether a person is literate or illiterate. Let us discuss the importance of non-verbal communication. It makes us aware that communication is continuous and takes place even when we are not talking. It helps us not to miscommunicate or communicate what is not intended. In an interview, the interviewer looks for messages that could convey your suitability, interest, confidence level, and sincerity. Friends, now let us come to the conventional nonverbal communication. A combination of the two, audio signals and visual signals, is also used widely. Audio visual and audio signals, which communication experts term as conventional nonverbal communication. Let us look into some examples. Here we have audio signals. It is the horn of a vehicle. The message conveyed is give way or medical emergency. It is skull with crossed bones. The message conveyed here is smoking not allowed. Non-conventional non-verbal communication. We also use other methods to convey messages like body language. We also use actions, gestures, and voice modulations. These may be called as non-conventional no-verbal communication. Now let's come to the concept non-verbal communication categories. We use a variety of non-verbal communication categories such as kinesics, it is about body language. We have proxemics, it is about communication through personal spaces. We have paralanguage, it is about voice qualities. We have chronemics. The topic called paralanguage or paralinguistics. It is nothing but the language of voice. I will explain each and every component in detail in a simple language. Well, para roughly means like. Thus, paralanguage means like a language. We remember vocal messages comprises two components. The first component is what is said, which is the content. And how it is said, it is in terms of tone, volume, etc. Thus, you will come to know that a study of nonverbal cues that accompany the delivery of speech is termed as paralinguistics or paralanguage or the language of voice. Paralanguage is concerned with how something is said. Just look at the examples. You will find the stress on the underlying words which alters the meaning of the sentence. Look at the first sentence. Where is my new book? The word book is stressed. The second sentence. Where is my new book? Here, new is stressed. Third sentence. Where is my new book? Here, where is stressed. By the use of the stress, the entire meaning of the sentence is changed. Though in these sentences, the words are same, punctuations are same, everything is same. But the pronunciation and stress of the particular word changes. Thus, stress alters the meaning of the sentence. Friends, the human voice, unlike animal sounds, can convey vital messages like surprise, enthusiasm, anger, urgency, etc. Let us discuss some of the voice qualities or the main features of paralinguistics. They are volume, speaking speed, which may be fast or slow, pitch, which is high, medium or low, pause, which is meaningful pause, disorganized pause, shy or hesitant. We shall discuss those things in detail. Now let us discuss the first quality of human voice, that is volume. Volume is determined by the amplitude of the vibration of vocal cords. Volume is a degree of loudness or softness of the voice. When people raise their voices, it is indicative of anger. It also sometimes indicates the nervousness or also bad manners. Friends, now let us discuss another voice quality of human being, that is speaking speed. And one thing you should remember, speaking fast is not always a sign of fluency. We must remember that different parts of the message must be conveyed at different speeds. For example, the easy part of the message must be conveyed slowly. Friends, now let us know the pitch. It may be high, medium or low. Vocal cords vibrate in the process of production of voice. Pitch depends upon the number of times the vocal cords vibrate. The faster these vibrate, the higher the pitch. The slower they vibrate, the lower the pitch. While speaking, it is natural for us to keep on changing our pitch to suit the situation. These changes are called inflections. In the communication of meaning, they play an important role by merely using inflections. One can convey feelings of love, hatred, happiness, sorrow, warmth, etc. A rising inflection suggests doubt, uncertainty, incompleteness of expressions, etc. It's observed that people in authority use high-pitched voices, and those in subordinate positions use monotones. However, pitch variations are necessary to catch attention. It keeps the listener's interest for a long time, since speaking at length, as in a lecture, speech, or presentation, on the same level can induce boredom. Friends, now let's know another important voice quality of human being, that's called pause. Pause may be either meaningful, disorganized, shy, or hesitant. Pause is a brief silence that occurs regularly in our speech. Pauses are used for several purposes, such as to emphasize a point, to dramatize an idea, to separate one unit of thought from the others, to signal the beginning and end of the speech. A good speaker knows how to use words, but is also aware of the power of the pauses at the right places. A competent speaker exploits silences too. The act of speaking is always accompanied by pauses. A pause can be used effectively to suggest to the listener that what comes next is important, but too many pauses will spoil the speech. It also suggests a lack of preparedness and clarity in the speaker's mind. Proxemics and time language. It is also called as chronemics. Friends, we have already seen that we do not communicate through words alone. These messages may originate from different sources. One such source is the physical space around us that communicates uniquely. Communication experts have done serious studies of this dimension and termed it as proxemics. It is concerned with studying how we communicate using the surrounding space. It is also called as space language. Experts define the distance between the persons with whom we wish to communicate and us. There is the first one, that's called intimate space. Second one is personal space. Third one is social space. The fourth one is public space. Now let us know what is intimate space. Most of our actions originate in this area. Our family members and close friends may enter this space. Few words may be used when we communicate verbally. The space is suitable for highly confidential conversations and decisions regarding sensitive matters. Now let's move on to personal space. It is in this space we interact with people with whom we may not be intimate, but have a personal interest, or such contexts where we may choose not to be intimate. Communication in this is mostly relaxed, casual, and personal in nature and style. Now let's move on to social space. This space is used mostly for formal interactions, and relations with people in this circle are purely formal and official. Communication in this area is dominated by reason, logic, and planning. This is the most important dimension in our professional lives. Let us move on to public space. Communication in this circle is more formal than in social space. We adopt an attitude, perception, and objectivity of approach. We raise our voices to be heard by large group. Friends, now let's move on to another aspect of non-verbal communication. It is time language. It is also called as chronemics. Chronemics refers to the non-verbal channel of time, especially how people perceive the notion and the value of time. In short, the study of time management and its role in communication is called chronemics. In this mode of non-verbal communication, we convey messages to others by showing them what time means to us. We often hear people saying time is money. It is. For this reason that a person arriving late for an interview will never be entertained by the interviewers. Time management has become one of the vital components of overall management. Moreover, most of the jobs and tasks assigned to us have time frames called deadlines. Thank you very much for watching this video till now, and let's meet in the next interesting video for another session. Take care. Bye.